Welcome back to DeLorean Rental, your number one destination when looking to rent a DeLorean Time Machine. So head on over to DeloreanRental.com and get a quote today for your next party or event. On today's episode, we've got a real fun one. A brand new Back to the Future video game is in development, according to the co-creator of the series, Bob Gale. There are few film franchises as iconic as Back to the Future, which is somewhat surprising given it's only 3 movies and that they're now, 40 years old. The films are a lighthearted romp as Marty McFly goes back in time with Doc Brown, but begins to mess with the timeline in ways that could erase everything he knows, including himself. The film spawned 2 successful sequels, which go, as the name would imply, to the future and even further into the past. There have been calls for a new Back to the Future movie for years, both as a sequel or a remake. However, the team behind Back to the Future is incredibly protective over the 3 movies they created and have zero interest in letting that ever happen. Just recently, Bob Gale was asked if there would ever be a 4th movie, and his response to everybody asking is, "F*** you." There was a musical retelling of Back to the Future that happened on stage a few years ago and is still continuing throughout the United States and other places around the world, which director Robert Zemeckis has expressed interest in making that into a film, but that's about it in terms of big screen continuations. There was a small screen version of Back to the Future via an animated series in the 90s, but it was fairly short-lived. However, there was another medium for more Back to the Future. According to Back to the Future writer Bob Gale, a brand new video game is in development. Speaking to Cleveland.com, Gale noted that they are working on a new video game, but was reluctant to share any further details. However, he did note that it's something that he was wanting to do and make happen for, quote, a long time, end quote. Bob Gale was also quoted as saying, "We've got a shot at a new video game based on Back to the Future," Gale said. "I don't want to tell any more than that, because I'm not allowed to, but this is something I've wanted to do for a long time. Knock on wood that it'll happen. Of course, 2025 is the 40th anniversary of the original movie. We're planning on some events, plus there's a documentary that's in post-production now about the making of the musical," end quote from Bob. It sounds like Back to the Future video game is still in very early stages and could possibly fall apart, but he's hopeful it will see the light of day at some point in time. As for what this could be, no one really knows. It could be a VR game, it could be a new console game, it could be something else all entirely. We just really don't know. Telltale made a Back to the Future video game in the early 2010s and it was very well liked, but that's the only attempt to make such a thing that's ever came about. Whether or not this would be yet another retelling of the classic film, series, or something brand new remains to be seen. Nevertheless, it's very exciting news to hear that something new could possibly be coming down the pipeline from Back to the Future and the Back to the Future series from the co-creators of the entire series in Bob Gale and Robert Zemeckis. There you have it, folks. I know this was a short episode, but a very meaningful one considering the news that just came down from Bob Gale over this last week. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about the new video game. Would you like to play it? Would you like it to come out? Would you not like it to come out? There's never going to be a remake, but let us know if you think it would be something you would actually want to watch. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, and we'll see you on the next episode.